when hungry. Wild boars focus on cornfields, enjoying the delicious corn ears full of milk. Their destructive actions have many consequences, with wild boars ranked among the 100 worst invasive species worldwide. In 2007, researchers estimated that each wild boar caused $300 in damage per year, resulting in a large damage control and remediation cost in excess of $1.5 million per year. Their use of their noses to dig into the soil and turn it over in search of food sources changes the natural chemistry and nutrient cycles of the soil. The mixing of soil layers that frequently accompanies digging by wild boars has also altered plant communities, facilitating the establishment and spread of invasive plant species. Furthermore, wild boars directly contribute fecal bacteria to water sources, increasing sedimentation, increasing turbidity, changing pH levels, and reducing pollution levels. Since their introduction to the continental United States by Christopher Columbus, the number of feral swine across the United States has increased to 9 million, creating significant challenges for American farmers, especially in Texas. From 1982 to 2016, the feral pig population increased from 2.4 million to about 6.9 million, with an estimated 2.6 million in Texas alone. Their continued expansion is fueled by high reproductive rates, diverse diets, and lack of natural predators. Wild boars' adaptability allows them to survive in a variety of environments, preferring to feed on seeds, plants, small insects, and even dead animals when their preferred foods are scarce. This food flexibility carries risks, as wild boars harbor a variety of bacteria and diseases that can potentially infect livestock. The consequences of a disease outbreak, such as foot and mouth disease, can be devastating to the livestock industry, with total losses in agricultural income running into billions of dollars. Negative effects on small farmers can lead to loss of land and pasture. The landscape witnesses traces of destruction left by wild boars from the previous day. This will be an ideal place to set traps with an advanced camera system, sensors, and remote control powered by solar energy. The latest advances in remote camera technology allow real-time monitoring of wild boar activity on a phone, tablet, or computer using mobile data, helping to better understand pig behavior forest at the trap site and make smart decisions about when to activate the trap to support effective population management. Optimizing the number of pigs captured is important in every aspect of trap installation. Each component of the trap is supported by a forklift, making installation easier. Traps are usually made from stainless steel, ensuring durability and longevity. Among the many methods to control the wild boar population, although the use of trapping has proven to be the most effective method for large population reductions within the United States, its impact is often limited by the ability to deploy traps in remote areas, difficult to reach by means of transportation. After installation is complete, the hunter will spread bait inside the trap to attract wild boars. Popular grains include fermented corn, rice, sorghum or barley, acorns, overripe fruit, and honey. When caught in a trap, wild boars often panic, run back and forth, and even jump into the trap themselves to find a way to escape from it. Their lives often end with a gunshot, or they are sometimes bought by wild boar farms to process into high-value food. In 2021, approximately 20,889 feral hogs were captured in the state of Texas, accounting for 57% of all feral hogs removed. The use of aircraft guns is an effective method to rapidly reduce feral boar populations in areas with lots of open landscape space and high feral boar population densities. However, the effectiveness of this method decreases as visibility and population density decrease. So this method is often most effective in areas with scattered vegetation and high wild boar population density. There is also debate about whether this method will change the behavior of the wild boar population, causing them to expand their living areas and learn to avoid aircraft, making them more difficult to find using helicopters. Recreational hunting of wild boars is a popular activity in the United States, often using hunting dogs as effective support tools to help them search and detect wild boars hiding in dense bushes. In fact, feral hogs are considered a valuable species in some states, not only as useful hunting subjects but also as a source of fun and meat. Recreational hunting can take many forms, such as traveling or hunting through baited areas, and similar to other forms of control. It has the potential to reduce wild boar populations in the wild. Specific areas of high density and increased human activity are relevant for control measures. Impact on wild boar behavior is an important aspect in recreational hunting has been observed to contribute to the dispersion of wild boar populations. Additionally, selective harvesting of only large males as game animals may prevent efforts to reduce population numbers. Removal of females and juveniles has a greater effect on reducing the production of the entire population. Therefore, selective harvesting that does not discriminate between sex and age categories proves to be a more effective means than selective culling of males. Welcome to the video, my friend. Millions of invasive Canada geese have spread across local areas in the United States, polluting the environment, competing with some native animals for territory, and severely affecting the ecosystems of many states. States in the United States. Every year, they cause millions of dollars in damage to ecosystems here, including forests. So how do farmers deal with 7 million invading geese? If you are interested in this content, please leave number 1 below in the comments section to let us know. Canada geese undertake a seasonal migration cycle, moving from breeding grounds in North America to winter hardening areas and back in the spring. They often migrate in large herds that can number up to thousands of individuals per herd. When moving, they chose to travel hundreds of miles. In contrast, gray geese are stable but can move within their range. In case of severe weather, they can also move to areas with more favorable living conditions. They often gather in grassland and swamp areas, where there are abundant food sources and favorable living conditions. They eat bark and leaves, negatively impacting the tree's reproductive process, especially affecting to young and mature trees. This not only disrupts biodiversity, but also hinders the environment's natural ability to regenerate. However, this brings with it negative consequences for the environment and native animals, as they compete strongly with other species for food and shelter. This competition leads to a decline in native animal populations, causing fluctuations in the ecological structure. The rapid growth of invasive goose populations, increasing by millions each year, has prompted government intervention to tackle the problem. A common tactic for managing Canada geese is hunting. Hunters strategically choose hunting locations in large fields with lots of grass and food. especially in the eastern and midwestern United States. A popular approach is to use decoy geese placed in high locations, easily visible from the air. Hunting is usually carried out early in the morning before the geese begin to appear. This process allows the hunter to observe the movements and behavior of the goose before the hunt begins. Common hunting techniques include the use of scarecrows, the use of pellet guns, and the use of pellet guns. Success in goose hunting depends on preparation and skill. 12 or 20 caliber pistols with ball and lead bullets are popular choices. Binoculars aid in viewing geese from a distance, and hunters use cover to conceal their location. Hunting skills, including accurate aiming, predicting the goose's flight path, and handling unexpected situations, play an important role in determining success or failure. Have you ever used a gun to hunt geese? Please share your experiences in the comments section to let us know. Important skills after shooting dead geese immediately are important to ensure meat quality and avoid waste. Whether a day of goose hunting has a good harvest or not, the process of harvesting geese is very important. All hunted geese are divided into different areas by the hunting group, and only 1/3 of a flock of geese can be harvested at a time. This is considered a good result when choosing the right hunting area to ensure the sustainability of hunting activities. It is most important to comply with local regulations and have a valid hunting license. Swamp goose hunting is a popular activity in the United States, especially in the western and northeastern states. Canada geese are the most popular goose species hunted. The process of hunting geese in bogs is quite similar to hunting geese in the field. but it is necessary to choose a goose gnawing model that can float on water or be fixed with 3 branches. This attraction needs to be done at a time when it is not yet light. Placing goose patterns scattered over a large area can attract more geese. However, in the swamp area, you can only hide in areas with large trees or on boats to wait for geese. Hunters need to patiently wait for the geese to appear. Geese often migrate to the marshes in the early morning or late afternoon. The hunter needs to shoot at an important position so that the goose immediately faints and falls. After the goose falls, it can be moved and harvested immediately so as not to affect the quality of the meat. Swamp goose hunting season in the United States usually begins in October and lasts through March. From October to December, geese migrate to the bogs to escape the cold of winter, and from January to December 3, they will migrate back north to mate. Therefore, to control the goose population most effectively, one needs to understand their behavior. Hunting is an effective means of controlling goose populations. However, it can only control goose numbers to a certain extent without other management measures. Therefore, Canada goose numbers in the United States will continue to increase without further management measures. Keep watching the video for more details on how farmers are confronting other invasive species in the United States. Healthy grazing land. There is an ongoing issue of competition for grazing land between wild horse advocates and farmers. Conflicts arising from the depletion of resources, especially fodder, due to the increasing number of wild horses. Before the appearance of wild horses, cattle grazed freely on grasslands, providing farmers with plenty of grazing land. However, the presence of wild horses has led to significant challenges for farmers. Wild horses are resourceful and adaptable, capable of hunting for food, so they pose a threat to other species in the environment. Impacts include destruction of grazing land, consumption of stored hay for livestock, and uprooting of grass and tree roots, leading to desolate landscapes. Farmers in states such as New Mexico have reported difficulties raising livestock as wild horses have eaten up stored hay, forcing them to travel long distances in search of pristine pastures. This competition for resources creates water shortages, affects irrigation for neighboring farms, and hinders grassland regeneration. Controlling wild horse populations is a complex problem, and there is no easy solution. Various methods have been tested, including injecting birth control pills directly into wild horses, but the impact remains limited. Chasing is considered a minimally invasive method of preventing wild horses from taking away livestock feed and controlling their populations. Opinions on how to handle wild horses remain controversial. Some people advocate keeping them in breeding facilities, while others advocate allowing them to roam freely, demonstrating a connection to the spirit of nature and freedom of the past. Despite the cultural significance of wild horses, the growing population poses challenges in maintaining a healthy balance in the ecosystem, and the U.S. Bureau of Land Management estimates that the current population has exceeded beyond sustainability. The ongoing debate highlights the need for sustainable management measures to address competing interests in wild horse conservation and agricultural needs. Among invasive species in the United States, wild horses are a serious problem, and many measures have been taken to control their population. However, according to a 2022 report in the Journal of Wildlife Management, there are about 300,000 wild horses roaming freely across areas, including tribal territories and states. Contraceptives are a good solution to prevent the rapid increase of the wild horse population. However, this is not the only solution and requires the coordination of many different measures to ensure balance in the ecosystem. Wild horses have gone through a journey from mythology to the fascination of farmers today. Their appearance and impact is a typical example of the complex situation that humans face when changing the natural environment. Maintaining the balance between the environment and humans poses many challenges, and controlling the wild horse population is a comprehensive solution to protect the environment and farmers. Moving on to another topic, let's explore frog farms in Vietnam to discover the process of transforming frog eggs into delicious frog legs for the dinner table. The mating process involves injecting female and male frogs with an aphrodisiac to stimulate mating. They are then released into separate tanks that have been prepared for mating and egg laying. Frogs begin the mating process by emitting unique sounds to attract partner frogs. The male grasps the female from behind in a mating position, releasing sperm as the female lays the eggs. On average, it takes 1 to 3 weeks for frog eggs to hatch into larvae, water animals with gills. Through metamorphosis, the larvae become young frogs, also known as young frogs or frog larvae, with lungs, legs, and a shape similar to adult frogs. In the frog farming process, farmers must separate young frogs into different tanks or areas to manage growth, monitor health, prevent overcrowding, and provide optimal conditions for growth. Periodic cleaning of the tank or equipment surface to prevent algae or bacteria buildup is common. Commercial frog foods often use high-quality ingredients to ensure optimal nutrition. These ingredients may include fish balls, soybeans, grains, vitamins, minerals, and other additives necessary for the frog's health and growth. The pellets are designed to float on water, making them easily accessible to both live and semi-live frogs. Harvesting frogs usually occurs when they reach the desired size or stage of development. Frogs are caught and placed in mesh bags, each bag containing about 15 to 20 kilograms of frogs. Let's follow the process of catching frogs and the satisfaction of farmers during the harvest process. Besides Vietnam, frogs are also raised in France, Indonesia, Thailand, America, and especially China. In the United States, frogs are raised on a small scale and are often used for research purposes. Frog bags are weighed before being transported to the market or processing plant. Their plant frogs are killed, skinned, and their legs cut off. Once the legs were collected, they were washed and immersed in a cold water bath at 7 degrees Celsius to remove any remaining blood. The frog's legs are then trimmed with scissors to remove remaining skin organs and blood stains. After washing, the frog legs are transferred to the freezing line. They are arranged in layers, not overlapping each other. The temperature of frog legs after freezing needs to reach -8 degrees Celsius. Finally, the frog legs are packaged according to the weight required by the customer. Wild boar populations in Italy, Canada, and the United States are growing strongly, posing challenges in managing wildlife populations. In Italy, the wild boar population has almost doubled in the past decade, reaching 1 million in 2022 from 500,000 in 2010. Similarly, in Canada, the number has increased from 100,000 in 2000 to more than 1 million in 2010. Meanwhile, in the United States, wild boar populations have increased from 10 million in 2000 to more than 25 million in 2022. The sudden increase in wild boar populations in Italy is mainly due to the development of abandoned agricultural land, providing additional food sources and shelter for wild boars. However, this increase also brings negative consequences. Wild boars are a threat to animal agriculture and transport in Italy. They often damage crops by eating grass seeds and other crops, causing great damage to agriculture. Furthermore, wild boars also injure livestock, especially piglets, and cause traffic accidents when crossing the road. According to the Italian farmers' organization, known as Cinghiale Selvatico wild boars, especially red wild boars, cause €100 million in damage each year to the agricultural sector in Italy. This includes losses from crop destruction due to livestock attacks and traffic accidents in rural areas, especially in hard-hit regions such as Lazio, Campania, and Puglia. Hunting wild boar is an important strategy used to control this animal population in Italy. Hunting takes place year-round, but is subject to government regulations. There are two main types of hunting practiced in Italy. The first type is seasonal hunting, which usually takes place from September to December, when wild boars are most active. This allows hunters to use a variety of means, such as hunting tools and traps, to confront wild boar populations. The second type is government-planned hunting, which takes place in areas where wild boars cause the most damage. However, before applying hunting methods, Italian farmers often take initial measures, such as planting plants that are not attractive to wild boars, building sturdy fences, and choosing fruit and vegetable crops, suitable tubers. However, these measures are often not effective enough to control wild boar populations. How do you like to hunt? Please leave your opinion in the comments section below to let us know. Success in controlling wild boar requires cooperation between farmers and hunters. with measures such as trapping and fumigation deployed to minimize the impact of wild boar. Hunting. With about 100,000 wild boars captured by 2022 according to CER, is the main method. Organizations are ready to carry out night hunting. Managing wild boar populations and minimizing damage to agriculture and urban areas is becoming a major challenge, especially in rural areas. However, this condition also occurs in urban areas, especially when wild boar is infested. According to information from the Italian Farmers Organization, the South Central region, especially Lazio, Campania, and Puglia was identified as the site of many hunting events during the Wild War and had the highest concentration of wild hunting. Wildlife warfare and hunting are important management measures to control wild boar populations. Hunting activities are often organized by groups of hunters, with a number of 5 to 10 people, divided into small teams. Before starting, groups of hunters meet to plan, determine hunting times and areas, as well as safety measures using flashlights and thermal locators. Wild boars in the hunting area. Hunters will use high-quality hunting tools to ensure effectiveness. When all wild boars have been destroyed, large carcasses are collected and brought back. However, wild boar hunting also carries risks, such as the risk of traffic accidents due to wild boars moving near the road at night. They can also attack people if they feel threatened, and hunting gear can affect other animals, such as coyotes and rodents. In addition to hunting, farmers and hunters also use traps to catch wild boars. Trapping usually takes place during the day when they are less active. When captured wild boars are detected, they will be harvested and eliminated. This process extends from rural areas to urban areas, helping to protect farmers' vegetation and property from destruction by wild boars. While trapping is an effective way to control wild boar populations, it also faces challenges. Wild boar are able to avoid traps. Sometimes they can catch other animals, such as wolves and rodents. To optimize results, technical collaboration and coaching are key. At the same time, compliance with safety regulations and countermeasures will help ensure that night hunting in Italy is effective and safe. Farmers are still researching other measures to reduce the number of wild boars and protect communities. Some solutions include reducing food sources for wild boars by planting unattractive plants. Unattractive planting can significantly reduce wild boar interest in areas. These measures not only help protect agriculture, but also minimize damage to urban and rural communities. To continuously improve the management and control of wild boars, American farmers have implemented a number of precision measures. They have held feral hog hunting competitions in various areas across the country, such as Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Iowa. Such hunting events not only help control wild boar populations, but also serve as a recreational activity for local communities. Did people kill them all 2023 contest in Texas is an interesting example of a wild boar hunting contest. Organized by a reputable company. This competition attracts the interest and participation of many hunting teams across the United States. The competition requires teams to hunt wild boar and is divided into three important parts with three categories. The individual category emphasizes the individual. The hunter who hunts the most wild boars wins the team category, and there is a challenge for participating teams in which the team that hunts the most wild boars wins. Finally, the biggest wild BS category is about which hunter caught the heaviest wild boar. The prizes for these categories are quite attractive, with the individual category reaching $110,000, the team category $20,000, and the biggest wild BS category reaching $50,000. The Kill Them All 2023 competition attracted the participation of more than 100 wild boar hunting teams from across the United States and was considered a great success with a total of more than 800 wild boar hunted. Although the contest attracted large participation and was considered a success, it also caused controversy. Some people argue that the competition is cruel and unnecessary, since animals have to deal with their environment. However, supporters of the competition say this is an effective way to control the wild boar population, while also providing entertainment for the hunting and fishing community. Specific rules for wild boar hunting competitions are essential to ensure safety and proper management. For the Texas example, each participating team must have at least 2 members, and they must possess a valid hunting license and comply with Texas hunting regulations. This helps ensure that the competition takes place safely and legally. In Oklahoma, the Godzilla Jungle Monkey Hunting Contest applies similar rules. Participating teams must have at least 2 members, ensure they have a valid hunting license, and comply with state hunting regulations. This not only helps ensure safety during the competition, but also plays an important role in controlling the wild boar population. While the competition brings entertainment to the community, it also contributes to wildlife control efforts, especially when wild boar numbers increase and cause damage to agriculture. The competition is not only an entertainment event, but also an effective measure to protect the environment and ensure sustainability for the state's future. In addition to the competition, farmers have also applied various measures, such as building fences around farms and residential areas to prevent the intrusion of wild boars. However, this requires not only financial resources, but also high technical knowledge to build a strong fence that can withstand strong attacks from wild animals. The diversity in the application of countermeasures has demonstrated the creativity of farmers in facing the challenge of wild boars. Solidarity and dedication from all sides of the community are key to protecting agriculture, the environment, and ensuring the safety and sustainability of surrounding communities. But also champions of the environment and sustainability of the entire state of Texas. Perhaps we can learn from them about their spirit of determination and ability to find solutions in difficult contexts. Are there any other measures to deal with wild boars that you know of? Share your thoughts below in the comments section if you know of any method that we haven't mentioned or any new method. Now, before we continue this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for any of our upcoming videos. Now, keep watching. Texas farmers have implemented a key strategy to combat the relentless cruelty of feral hogs by using hunting dogs to chase them away. This is a time-tested method that has been used effectively to reduce the number of these destructive organisms on farms. In particular, cooperation with large and powerful hunting dogs has brought positive results. Dog breeds have been trained to hunt wild boars. They are capable of tracking and chasing pigs effectively, creating pressure and spreading panic in the population. Even though this is a natural and traditional method, it continues to be used with remarkable results. However, the use of hunting dogs requires careful management to ensure effectiveness and safety. Ensuring that these dogs are properly trained and do not pose a threat to humans or pets poses a series of challenges related to the maintenance and management of hunting dog breeds. One thing is certain: the fight against feral swine in Texas requires creativity and diversity in applying a variety of strategies. Texas farmers have shown patience and fortitude in their efforts to address this situation and conserve and protect their Texas farms and surrounding environment. Farmers have also adopted measures to hunt wild boars, an important part of their strategy to deal with this animal. In particular, the control of wild boar populations and the development of wild boar meat markets have created opportunities for Texas farmers not only to protect their farms, but also to capitalize on income from sales. Forest pork, technical management, and ensuring that feral hog numbers do not exceed necessary levels is also an important part of maintaining the species as it exists in Texas. So, with these solutions already working to prevent the growth of populations of some invasive species, do you believe there is a better solution? If so, please share your comments and opinions below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support our channel and follow upcoming videos. Finally, share this video with all your friends so they can watch and enjoy it too. The battle between American farmers and the invasive red crabs is not a picture, but a living reality. Millions of red crabs create a living picture, burying every corner around the house. Are you curious about the origin of this red crab? Let's explore this detail now. Red crabs are an invasive species native to South America and were introduced to Australia in the 1980s. They commonly live in small, moist forests as well as coastal areas and wetlands. Area red crabs include species such as marine red crabs, freshwater red crabs, and mangrove red crabs. This is an animal with a protective shell, with 10 of which 2 are used for hunting and self-defense with sharp eyes facing forward. They assist red crabs in detecting and interacting with the surrounding environment flexibly. Red crabs reproduce by laying eggs in water. Each time they lay eggs, they can give birth to thousands of babies. These female red crabs care for and protect the eggs from predators. After a period of time, the eggs hatch into small larvae, marking a step forward in their development. The government estimates the number of invasive red crabs has reached about 20 million. And they are widely distributed in many parts of Australia. This situation poses many challenges in managing and controlling their spread, requiring the implementation of effective measures to solve the problem and protect native flora and fauna. The red crab, with its strong invasiveness, creates great concern in the community. For Australian farmers, they cause heavy damage to agriculture by destroying crops, damaging dams and canals, affecting farmers' profits and daily lives. Environment red crabs not only limit their presence to agricultural areas, but also invade urban areas and even target sanitation facilities. Their ability to move flexibly poses new challenges for both farmers and municipalities. To minimize the impact of red crabs against risks from urban traffic measures, such as installing warning signs and organizing educational programs, is not only to support drivers, but also a joint effort of the community. Fields to minimize risks from the sudden appearance of red crabs. Farmers came up with a creative solution by building a bridge that is convenient for red crabs to move around. The bridge not only helps them easily cross the road, but also ensures safety for pedestrians. This action is not only an expression of the spirit of conservation, but also shows harmony between humans and wildlife, creating a balanced and harmonious living environment. What do you think about this approach? If you agree, leave the number 1, and if you disagree, leave the number 0 in the comment section below. If you ever wonder where the world's most abundant crabs are, look to the Barents Sea for its rich diversity of marine species during winter. King crabs migrate to shallow waters to reproduce, opening up favorable opportunities for fishermen. Marine life in Alaska, where Alaskan king crabs occur, is incredibly challenging. Before the king crab harvest, fishing boats and their crews often have to go out to sea every 3 to 4 weeks. They face harsh weather conditions and the mysteries of the ocean's depths, making for a challenging adventure. Every year, Alaska fishing fleets participate in the king crab harvest, an important and exciting event. However, the high value of this delicacy sometimes requires fishermen to sacrifice their lives. every year. Fishermen in Alaska face big waves and strong winds, overcoming fierce challenges to exploit a precious seafood source, king crab. The annual king crab harvest in Alaska amounts to 190 million crabs, equivalent to the weight of about 380 adult blue whales. This is not only a significant achievement in the seafood industry, but also a symbol of strength and sustainable harvesting. Players who are experts at catching king crabs use subtle tactics. They fish and use bait placed in steel cages to attract king crabs. Bait is usually made from squid, salmon, shrimp, scallops, and fresh fish meat. Alaskan king crabs, which love to eat fresh food, make attractive targets with these attractive baits. These Alaskan king crabs prove mesmerizing with their allure and enticing aroma of fresh bait. You feel attracted by the beauty and sophistication of the way they are captured. Leave a yes. On the contrary, if they do not impress, you leave a no. Please share your thoughts. Fishermen are artisans who use specialized equipment to maximize harvests. They deploy dozens of different types of bait into the ocean, using professional techniques to attract the attention of king crabs. The ocean hunting scene becomes dramatic and complex, creating an experience full of challenge and excitement. Crab pots, also known as crab traps, are giant wire mesh cage structures used to catch king crabs. They are baited and placed on the ocean floor to attract crabs. These traps typically weigh between 600 and 800 pounds, depending on the size and weight of each king crab fishing vessel. The vessels can be up to 100 feet and carry 200 to 300 traps. Imagine with such a huge number of traps, how many tons of crabs they can catch. This is a huge challenge and a race fishermen face every day, creating a fascinating picture of ocean life and man's magnificent hunt. Another method of harvesting king crabs is to use crab pots or ring nets. Ring nets, as the name suggests, are circular structures with bait placed in the middle. It takes fishermen 10 to 30 minutes to set each trap, but their courage brings in significant income. Millions of tons of Alaskan king crab are harvested from this method. Let's visit one of the largest seafood processing factories in this place, where after the crabs are skillfully caught by fishermen, they are carefully transported to the processing place. Here, the factory goes through a sorting and cleaning process to ensure the highest quality through every step of the selection, processing, and production process. This creates a vivid image of the seafood processing industry and the dedicated work process of those working in this industry. Attractive dishes, such as canned crab and crab sauce, are prepared through every step in this process, all done through an automatic system to ensure maximum safety and hygiene for each step in the production process. When enjoying this crab dish, consumers not only stimulate their taste buds, but also enjoy nutritional benefits. Crab is not only a source of high-quality protein, but also a treasure trove of essential amino acids that support muscle growth and maintenance. It also provides minerals such as iron, calcium, and zinc, which are important for bone health and the ability to boost the immune system. Another unique feature of Alaskan king crab is its high content of omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for heart and brain health. These fats not only help control cholesterol levels, but also provide many health benefits. Important health for the cardiovascular system. Enjoying this dish is not only a taste experience, but also an opportunity to enjoy the diverse nutritional benefits that king crab brings. In 2022, the Alaska king crab harvest reached an impressive figure of $44.5 million, with a total value of up to 43 million pounds. Not only does this act play an important role as a supplier of valuable seafood, but it also makes an indispensable contribution to the unique economies and cultures of these coastal communities. Alaskan king crab is not only an attractive food source, but also a symbol of prosperity and biodiversity in the northern country. To ensure freshness and prevent deterioration during transport, fishermen have perfected the art of creating controlled environments in tanks that are constantly monitored. The water in the tanks is closely monitored to ensure optimal temperatures are maintained, keeping the crabs in good condition and their natural habitat recreated. Using ice is an effective method to maintain the desired temperature and keep the crabs fresh when brought to shore. This not only slows down the crab's metabolism, but also protects their quality throughout the processing process. With income ranging from 3 to 7 USD per pound for small vessels and up to 15 to 20 USD per pound for large vessels, Alaskan king crab fishermen not only achieve impressive numbers, but also is a testament to their extraordinary skills and efforts. They are warriors of the sea, fighting amid huge waves to harvest thousands of king crabs. How do you feel when you see them setting sail? Full of determination and courage. Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and see you again in the next programs. The chase of hundreds of wild boars must have become a familiar image for everyone facing the problem of wild boars in the United States. American people are trying to find solutions to deal with this situation. Join cat farmers to discover how they are tackling this problem across the country. In addition to eating and sleeping, forest worms are also capable of causing other scary consequences. This phenomenon is called wild birds, and they are becoming a haunting presence across the country. Wild boar herds not only harm American farmers by destroying fields and reducing agricultural productivity, but also have the potential to transmit infectious diseases to livestock, increasing economic risks and creating significant pressure on livestock. Speaks to the American agricultural community. To reduce the wild boar problem, Americans use trapping methods. Choosing the right. If you like this farmer's solution, please leave comment number 1. If you do not like this solution, please leave comment number 0. However, wild bee colonies pose a devastating threat to agriculture, causing damage to crops and hindering agricultural production. Wild emerald ash borers significantly impact grasslands and associated ecosystems, causing damage to grasslands and reducing their productivity. Total damage caused by wild emerald borers in the United States is estimated to be approximately $2.5 billion. As the predatory activities of wild emerald borers can harm flora and natural ecosystems, creates a chain of negative impacts on the natural environment. Controlling the environment and reducing wild boar numbers is important because it brings significant benefits, helping to protect agriculture and minimize the chase of hundreds of wild worms that must have become a familiar image to everyone facing the problem of wild boars in the U.S. American people are trying to find solutions to deal with this situation. Let's explore how they tackle this problem throughout the country. Their agility and ability to move at night helps them avoid detection easily, making hunting more effective. hunting. Some people in states, such as Maine and Massachusetts, have sought to limit wild emerald ash borer populations by bringing food to the edges of forests, facilitating population control. This is also a method for domesticating bison, benefiting sustainable farming models and reducing negative impacts on the environment. The small number of Americans who have chosen to consume wild boar is known for its nutritional richness and unique, unforgettable flavor. Wild pork not only serves as a source of high-quality protein, but also provides a moist experience. Special dishes satisfy the palates of those who love special cuisine. Do you want to enjoy this delicious meal of wild boar meat? Discover the special origins of the banting, an animal native mainly to Southeast Asia. They prefer to live in lowlands, open forests, and grasslands, although their main origin is in Southeast Asia. They have undergone migration and introduction to exist in many other countries around the world, including Australia, where they have become naturalized and live in the wild. Banting cattle often form herds of 5 to 20 individuals, creating a large and sociable community. The reproductive cycle lasts about 9 months, and after that, baby banting cows are born, which require special care from the parents in the early stages of life. Their gentle nature is special. They never attack humans, although they can invade vegetable gardens in search of food, causing damage to farms and gardens. However, the presence of banting cattle not only brings the challenge of property damage, but also the risk of spreading disease to other animals. This act of aggression requires wise resolution by Australian farmers. They have developed control measures to minimize the effects of bantings, combining maintaining ecological balance and protecting the health of both animals and humans. These measures not only minimize damage, but also ensure the safety and sustainability of the agricultural environment. Innovative strategies for managing banting herds not only ensure AIDS prevention and environmental management, but also contribute positively to increased economic income. This method not only helps solve the problem of disease spread, but also brings economic benefits to the community. If you support this method, leave number 1 in your comments. Conversely, if you disagree, share 0. Two important precautions are used to manage the banting herd. The fence system was built to prevent banting herds from accessing livestock areas and pastures, helping to minimize risks and their negative impact on the agricultural economy. This is an effective means of maintaining a balance between protecting the environment and protecting farmers' income. The gentle nature of the banting differs from the wild and unruly behavior of feral horses, while banting cattle are well suited to their management model. Wild horse herds often tend to roam outside designated areas and engage in uncontrolled interactions with people on the road, leading to hazardous traffic situations. Wild horses were introduced to Australia in the late 18th century and quickly adapted to a variety of environments, from grasslands to deserts. Their large size and sturdy body, combined with dark brown or light brown fur, create a striking and unique image. The introduction of wild horses has brought a new appreciation for the beauty and power of horses in the Australian environment. To confront the encroachment of wild horses, the Australian government has deployed a live trapping strategy, using aircraft to attract them into previously established traps. This process ensures the effective capture of entire wild horse herds once they are captured, and this has been shared publicly with the community. Feral goats are becoming a major concern in Australia, especially in the state of New South Wales. It is estimated that there are more than 5.8 million wild goats, and they are considered a threat to more than 100 other animal species. Therefore, hunting wild goats is considered completely legal and accepted. Feral goats in Australia are wild variants of domestic goats. They became wild after adapting to the Australian environment. Wild goats are highly fertile, with females able to become pregnant and give birth at any time of the year. A typical litter of feral goats consists of 3 animals, and they are found throughout Australia. But the largest populations often occur in areas such as New South Wales, Queensland, and South Australia, with feral goat populations possibly increasing. The negative impact of feral goats in Australia on biodiversity and environmental infrastructure is considered a threat to many native animal and plant species, as they consume food resources and compete with other species. In Australia, wild goat meat can be an edible option and is often used in some local dishes. However, wild goat meat consumption may vary depending on geographical area and personal preferences. Some people choose to eat wild goat meat because they consider it a natural and sustainable food. However, meat supply from areas with feral goats can affect population and environmental management. The challenge is whether you have ever tried this goat meat dish. What does it taste like? In some cases, people choose to domesticate and raise wild goats instead of hunting them. However, this is not a common practice, because raising wild goats often requires special care. Caring for wild goats is a different task than domesticated goats. Wild goat farms may provide meat and products from wild goats, sometimes managed to standards that ensure safety and sustainability. Another familiar animal you may know is the wild sheep, which shares some common characteristics with wild goats, such as the ability to adapt to a variety of environments from grasslands to mountains. Wild sheep often appear widely in many countries around the world, especially in Australia, New Zealand, and other European regions. A unique characteristic is their high fertility, which can lead to rapid population growth if left unchecked. Wild sheep present a unique image with large curved horns and shaggy fur, setting them apart from the domesticated sheep commonly found on farms. The staggering number of wild sheep in Australia, estimated at around 60 million, creates a major challenge in managing and maintaining ecosystem balance. To control their population, the Australian government has allowed citizens to participate in wild sheep hunting activities, with the condition that all hunting activities must comply with regulations and be licensed.
Nice!
The hunters. Despite facing significant challenges, hunting wild sheep living in remote high-altitude areas remain determined. What's special is that some hunters even choose to collect the large curved horns of wild sheep for decoration, creating a combination of art and hunting. The rapid increase of wild wolves is the result of adaptation to special living conditions and a lack of natural enemies. They often engage in hunting activities at night, become bold, and often approach livestock farms in search of food. This is the time when wild wolves become threatening and formidable, posing a significant risk to the safety of livestock and farm animals. Statistical data shows that about 17,100 pets became victims of wolf attacks. This number is significant and is one of the main causes of heavy human and material losses in the livestock industry. To minimize the impact of wolves on agriculture and control their proliferation, many states allow year-round wolf hunting for up to 12 months. This plan is taken to protect rural areas from the adverse effects that wolves have on livestock and pets.
Hey! Yes!
One animal that is causing concern in the community is the hyena, a member of the kine family, also known as the jackal. Indochinese hyenas have a larger shape and smaller ears than the common dog hyena. They hunt from large animals such as deer and antelope rabbits, roosters, and other small mammals, creating a rich food chain. However, with the rapid development of society, hyenas cause significant destruction in just one shot. However, the consequences of shooting hyenas have created difficult and controversial situations. They have faced punishment and criticism from the community. To better understand the consequences they have to endure, watch the next video. Have you ever witnessed images of giant herds of elephants attacking and destroying agricultural areas? This situation also causes soil erosion, affecting the crops of farmers. It slides down like enjoying a slide. The elephant, with its immense strength and astonishing majesty, is an icon of power and pride in the animal kingdom. With the ability to move gracefully across forested areas, grasslands, and aquatic environments, they are an indispensable part of ecosystems in many regions around the world, especially in Southeast Asia. Elephants, one of the mammals with one of the longest gestation periods, last up to 22 months. After giving birth, female elephants invest a considerable amount of time caring for and protecting their calves, which can extend for several years. Elephants are also known as diverse eaters, capable of enjoying a variety of foods ranging from vegetables to different fruits. Their omnivorous nature not only reflects flexibility in their diet, but also showcases the richness and diversity in their natural lifestyle. With their strong nature and large physique, they often exhibit aggression and enjoy attacking other animals as a form of entertainment. Not satisfied with their playful instincts, this herd of elephants often amuses themselves by running onto roads, causing traffic jams and inconveniences for humans. Even at night, they block the road, causing danger to pedestrians. This animal shows more daring when not only limited to teasing, but also dares to attack cars on the road. This herd of elephants crossed all limits and boldly crashed straight into people's houses, causing great damage and shocking the whole community. This animal becomes more dangerous when attacking and threatening passersby, causing people to panic and run away. To thwart the threat posed by aggressive elephants, the community has opted for a robust measure, employing top-notch hunters with their refined hunting skills and high accuracy. These individuals can swiftly eliminate them in the blink of an eye.
Yep.
Currently, hawks are becoming one of the birds that threaten the ecosystem in the UK. They often attack small squirrels and instill fear in wild rabbits and chickens. Every time the hawks appear, these creatures face potential danger. Wild rabbit numbers have declined significantly since their introduction, highlighting the need to protect the natural balance and biodiversity, as well as the UK's natural environment. Hawks, the country's special bird, are facing strong bans and restrictions from the British government. The history of hawksbill conservation is truly a success story through decades of resistance in the 1950s and 1960s. Almost completely destroyed due to the use of pesticides. But thanks to a focus on conservation and a strong regulatory regime, hawks have been given a chance to recover. Today, they are considered precious and are predicted to ensure the survival of the species. Regulations and laws in the UK have established mechanisms to protect hawks from hunting, while also ensuring tight control over conservation and prediction. This crow is one of the noisiest animals, and it also brings terrible fear to passersby. A feeling of fear spreads when a crow appears, causing every creature in the area to be on alert. Even small animals, such as squirrels and wild rabbits, must be careful, as crows have a habit of noisily and aggressively attacking and preying on these species. The presence of crows creates a terrifying atmosphere, making every living thing jump in fear. In the community, the appearance of crows always makes people wary and find ways to protect themselves from unwanted attacks from these animals. Control of crow populations in many countries, including the UK, has led to the introduction of crow hunting licensing regulations. Currently, regulation of crow hunting in the UK is administered by the UK government through the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Environment. To be licensed to hunt crows, people need to attend training courses on crow hunting and comply with safety regulations. Experts say that moderate crow hunting can help control crow populations and prevent their negative impact on the environment. However, This measure needs to be implemented carefully to limit negative impacts on other animals and the environment. According to a report by the UK's Wildlife Conservation Society (RSPB), between 40,000 and 60,000 crows are hunted in the UK each year, a figure that has fallen from 70,000 in 2011. Eagles are also one of the most feared birds, having attacked open-air sheep farms. It is a terrible mistake of mountain goat herds. In this situation, it used its legs to grab the goat. It wanted to take the goat away to deal with it. The goat fought back fiercely and rolled down the mountain several times, with the support of another goat. Luckily, they were quick. Escape from this big, strong eagle. Wild animals, such as rabbits, are also being targeted. Fish is also one of the eagle's favorite prey. It also attacks humans. In Mongolia, women quickly ran away from the eagle's attack. However, it still caught up with him and grabbed his leg and pulled him down. Eagles are often protected by conservation and environmental regulations in many countries because they are rare animals and play an important role in maintaining ecological balance. Hunting or harming is against the law and may result in criminal prosecution. Strict monitoring and management of eagle hunting activities is necessary to ensure conservation and protect eagle species from extinction. Make sure they are not attacked by threats from humans or other birds. Pigeons have caused serious pollution in the city. Their waste is spread everywhere, making the city polluted. Green spaces become dirty, even in the fields where they come and eat everything. This situation has spread fear in the community. To cope with this situation, people in the UK have taken emergency measures to control and minimize the negative effects of pigeons. Their pigeon hunting habits in the UK are subject to specific regulations regarding the times and territories in which the hunting takes place. Hunting activities are only allowed from July to October, and only using permitted weapons such as rifles, shotguns, and slings. Additionally, pigeon hunting can only be carried out in permitted areas such as agricultural areas and forests. Experts say moderate hunting can help control pigeon populations and prevent their negative impact on the environment. However, if an overabundance of these invasive species occurs, treatment with measures such as repelling is a better option. These measures do not hurt them or any other animals. If you find this measure reasonable, please leave number 1 in the comment section below. Iguanas are native to Central and South America, and they have made their way to Florida as a popular and sought-after destination. However, their release into the wild has caused worrying problems, leaving Florida farmers very worried about controlling iguanas and minimizing their impact. A new method has been applied and has achieved remarkable success. This method uses a rope fishing rod, simple but effective. Farmers and others participate in iguana control using fishing rods, and rope fishing results are truly impressive, with tens of thousands of iguanas caught each year. According to information from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Mission, this measure has helped minimize the damage caused by iguanas to the ecosystem and economy. Using a fishing rod with a line has many advantages. First of all, this method is simple and easy to do even for people without experience. This makes it easier for more people to get involved in iguana control. In addition, this measure can be applied in many different locations, including hard-to-reach areas, helping to expand the scope of control. However, it should be noted that this method only catches a certain number of iguanas and can be dangerous to humans. Overall, the use of fishing poles has contributed significantly to controlling invasive iguanas in Florida and minimizing their impacts on the region. the environment, and the economy. However, using dogs trained to detect and chase iguanas has also become an effective method. When researchers became aware of this problem, they trained dogs to detect iguanas. The results have been significant, and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has noted that hunting iguanas has produced positive results, resulting in the capture of thousands of animals each year, and while contributing to the economic and environmental prosperity of the region. This method has many advantages. First of all, it can be applied in many different types of terrain, including hard-to-reach areas, making it a versatile tool in iguana control. Second, there is no age or size limit on the iguana, whether they are adults or juveniles, and hunting dogs can be used without regard to size. However, using this method should be done carefully and safely. Dog training is very important, and the implementation of dog hunting methods to catch iguanas needs to be carried out carefully to avoid endangering humans and other animals in the environment. This creates a need to ensure that the process is carried out by experienced and professionally trained people. Iguana hunting has proven effective in controlling Florida's iguana population, but its effectiveness still needs to be scrutinized. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission captures hundreds of thousands of iguanas each year, contributing to the control of invasive iguana populations in Florida. Its hunting measures directly affect the number of individuals in iguana populations. Reducing iguana numbers also reduces competitive pressure between them and native animals, thereby minimizing damage to the ecosystem, status, and economy. However, salamander hunting also has notable limitations. One of these is that it affects not only a small portion of the iguana population, but also has the potential to endanger humans and other wildlife, especially when regulations and policies are not followed. Safety process to improve control of iguana populations and minimize their encroachment. Research and implement a variety of control measures that could include a combination of hunting and other methods. However, we do not recommend using the hunting method altogether, as it can be painful for the iguana. Instead, you can apply other measures such as using nets and catching them directly by hand. An interesting experience for iguanas. Iguanas have the ability to dig holes that can grow up to 80 feet long, threatening the ecosystem. These control measures have significantly reduced iguana numbers. Do you wonder how domestic pigs transform into wild boars? This is a normal domestic pig. And this is a former domestic pig that escaped and has been transformed into a dangerous wild animal. How long do you think this transformation took? For 30 days each month, the pink piglets from the normal farm become aggressive. Some of them even grow hair, while others may take more time, maybe several months. This is an extremely rapid transformation into the wild. But the real morphological changes begin to occur when the first generation of piglets is born. Although only one generation old, the animals are evolving with longer tusks, longer snouts, and flatter foreheads to make digging easier. What do you think about this transformation? Please share your thoughts below in the comments section.